From Earl Thomas's wife pulling a gun on him after catching him with another woman.
Drop it! Both of you get on the ground! Do it now!
To Lawrence Taylor's wife being charged with domestic abuse, and Hank Baskett's wife walking out after he got caught with a transgender woman. In this video, I'm breaking down the unfiltered truth about what really happened to the wives of football's biggest legends. Nina Thomas. Perhaps no NFL wife scandal has been as dramatic, dangerous, and legally complex as the story of Earl Thomas and Nina Thomas. Earl Winty Thomas III, born May 7, 1989 in Orange, Texas, is a former NFL safety who was a core member of the Seattle Seahawks Legion of Boom defense, winning Super Bowl 48 and earning 7 Pro Bowl selections and 5 All-Pro honors. Nina Thomas is a model who met Earl Thomas in high school in Orange, Texas. They were high school sweethearts, dating for 10 years before marrying on April 16, 2016. Their marriage appeared strong, with their lavish 2016 wedding attended by NFL stars. But beneath the surface, serious problems were brewing. The shocking incident occurred on April 13, 2020. Nina Thomas used apps and Snapchat to track Earl's location, discovering him at an Airbnb with another woman and possibly others engaged in sexual activities. What happened next turned a cheating scandal into a potentially deadly situation. Nina confronted him, accompanied by 2 friends, bringing a knife and a 9mm Beretta pistol. The confrontation escalated into a violent standoff, with Nina chasing Earl with a knife and Earl taking the gun and pointing it at her. Police responded to a disturbance call around 3:40 a.m. with body cam footage capturing officers ordering Earl to drop the gun. The body cam footage also showed Nina saying this to the cops.
I caught my husband cheating, officer.
Oh.
He said he was hanging with some buddies, and I didn't believe that because we've had issues in the past. So I hacked his Snapchat and found his location here.
Eventually, Nina was arrested and charged with burglary of a residence with intent to commit aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. A protective order was issued requiring her to stay away from Earl and the other individuals present at the Airbnb. Nina filed for divorce in November 2020, several months after the cheating scandal. In May 2021, a protective order required Earl and Nina to communicate through a co-parenting app. Nina claimed Earl refused to use the app and showed up unannounced, leading to his arrest in May 2022 at Spanky's Bar and Grill in Orange, Texas, for violating the order. His bond was set at $15,000. But the most shocking development came in December 2024. Nina was arrested and charged with multiple counts of conspiracy to commit wire fraud, money laundering, and aggravated identity theft. Court documents allege she began defrauding Earl of $2.7 million in September 2021, transferring funds to accounts under her control, and spending on luxury items like breast implants and a Hermes Birkin handbag. The fraud scheme became even more complex with the involvement of Nina's new boyfriend. In June 2023, Nina's boyfriend, Kevin J. Thompson, was arrested for identity theft, accused of embezzling nearly $2 million from Earl by forging a driver's license, cashing NFL checks, and transferring vehicle ownership. Their story represents one of the most dangerous and financially devastating NFL relationship scandals ever recorded. Like Nina, this next wife chose the path of violence. Lynette Rose Gordon. Lawrence Taylor, known as LT, dominated the field for the New York Giants from 1981 to 1993, earning a reputation as the greatest defensive player in NFL history. He won 2 Super Bowls, was named Defensive Player of the Year 3 times, and was inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 1999. But behind the accolades and the glory was a troubled personal life that would eventually explode into public view through his relationship with Lynette Rose Gordon. Taylor married Lynette Rose Gordon on July 7, 2007, his 3rd marriage, after a history of personal challenges including substance abuse issues. The shocking incident that would define their relationship occurred in June 2016 at their home in Pembroke Pines, Florida. What started as another domestic dispute escalated into something far more serious. Lynette was arrested for domestic violence after allegedly throwing an object that caused a 3-inch cut on Taylor's head. Initially, Lynette admitted to the act, reportedly telling police, "Yeah, I beat his ass. I made him bleed," according to TMZ. But later, during her court appearance, she completely changed her story. During her appearance before Broward County Judge John Hurley, she denied the allegations. Lynette had been arrested for domestic violence on 3 occasions prior to 2016, in 1991, 2001, and 2008, but charges were dropped each time, indicating a long history of violent incidents. The 2016 case was different, however, as it couldn't be swept under the rug due to the physical evidence and media attention. Taylor chose not to prosecute, and the case was resolved without further legal action. But the incident was widely publicized, impacting impacting their marriage significantly. The case was resolved in September 2016, with Lynette spending a weekend in jail, effectively closing the legal proceedings. Despite everything, Taylor and Lynette remained married, though the scandal forever changed how the public viewed this NFL legend's personal life. While Lynette is known for being involved in that violent incident, this next wife stayed calm in the middle of a scandal. Clare Marino. The story of Dan Marino and his wife Clare represents one of the most challenging tests of marriage loyalty in NFL history. Dan Marino, born September 15, 1961, in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, is widely regarded as one of the greatest quarterbacks in NFL history, playing his entire 17-year career with the Miami Dolphins from 1983 to 1999. Marino married Clare Vesey on January 30, 1985, after reportedly being childhood sweethearts. They built what appeared to be the perfect family, raising 6 children together: Daniel, Michael, Joseph, Alexandra, and 2 adopted daughters, Leah and Nikki Lynn. Their commitment to family was evident in their philanthropic work. In 1992, following their son Michael's diagnosis with autism, Dan and Clare established the Dan Marino Foundation, which has raised over $80 million to empower individuals with autism and other developmental disabilities. But in 2005, their seemingly perfect marriage faced its greatest challenge. While Dan was working as a pregame analyst for CBS Sports, he had an affair with Donna Sabater, a 35-year-old CBS production assistant. The affair resulted in the birth of a daughter, Chloe, in June 2005, when Dan and Clare had been married for 20 years. What made this scandal particularly devastating was how it was kept secret for years. The affair remained private until 2013, when the New York Post broke the story, just days before Dan was scheduled to work the Super Bowl pregame show. The timing couldn't have been worse, adding to the media frenzy that ensued. Dan acknowledged the affair in a written statement saying, "This is a personal and private matter. I take full responsibility both personally and financially for my actions now as I did then." Reports indicate Dan paid Donna Sabater millions of dollars to ensure her silence and support Chloe, though the exact amount was not disclosed. Despite the devastating betrayal, Clare made a remarkable decision. She chose not to end the marriage. Decision widely discussed in media. Hollywood Life suggested she prioritized their children, who ranged in age from 9 to 15 at the time of the affair's revelation, and believed in maintaining an intact family. Clare accepted her husband's infidelity, but this next wife reacted very differently. Jacqueline Bernice Mitchell. Jerry Rice, born October 13, 1962, in Starkville, Mississippi, is considered the greatest wide receiver in NFL history, playing 20 seasons primarily with the San Francisco 49ers and holding records for 1,549 receptions, 22,895 receiving yards, and 197 touchdowns. Jacqueline Bernice Mitchell was born on April 4, 1964, in Starkville, Mississippi. She was an accomplished woman in her own right, a cheerleader, and Miss Black Greenville teen in 1984, who later became an entrepreneur. She married Jerry Rice on September 8, 1987, and supported him throughout his legendary career. For 22 years, their marriage appeared to be the epitome of a successful NFL partnership. They had 3 children together: Jackie Bonet Rice, Jerry Rice Jr., and Jada Simone Rice. Jacqueline was often seen at games and events, contributing to their public image as a power couple. But in 2002, while still married to Jacqueline, Jerry's life took a devastating turn. Jerry Rice had a brief relationship with Jakarta Edwards, resulting in the birth of their son, Brendan Rice, who is now a football player, having played for the University of Colorado Boulder and later transferring to the University of Southern California. The affair remained hidden until December 2005, when Jakarta Edwards filed a paternity suit against Jerry Rice. The public revelation was devastating for Jacqueline, who had dedicated over 2 decades of her life to their marriage and family. Sources indicate that Jerry had other extramarital affairs, including one with a woman described as a 20-year-old Mexican woman who was significantly younger than him. These additional affairs, while less detailed, contributed to the breakdown of the marriage. The discovery of Jerry's infidelities was too much for Jacqueline to bear. She filed for divorce in June 2007 in San Mateo County, California, after discovering the full extent of Jerry's betrayals. The divorce was finalized in December 2009 after 22 years of marriage. Jacqueline did not receive alimony, but the court ordered Jerry to split his multi-million-dollar assets with her. Despite the painful circumstances, the divorce was described as amicable, and they continued to co-parent their 3 children. Jacqueline handled the situation with remarkable grace, focusing on supporting her children through their various endeavors. Since the divorce, Jacqueline has maintained a low profile with limited public appearances. A 2024 article from Pop TV Culture reported that Jacqueline is dating a younger man, indicating she has moved on personally and found happiness again. While Jacqueline's divorce was amicable, this next wife endured years of legal battles. Gene Muggley. The divorce between Michael Strahan and Gene Muggley stands as one of the most contentious and expensive celebrity divorces in NFL history. Michael Strahan, born November 21, 1971 in Houston, Texas, played 15 seasons as a defensive end for the New York Giants, 1993-2007, winning Super Bowl XXI and earning 7 Pro Bowl selections before being inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 2014. Michael and Gene met in 1994, married in July 1999, and welcomed fraternal twin daughters, Sophia and Isabella, in October 2004. Their marriage faced challenges almost from the beginning, but it was the explosive divorce proceedings that would capture national attention. Michael filed for divorce in March 2005, citing irreconcilable differences. But Gene wasn't going down without a fight. She countered with a domestic violence complaint, alleging Michael punched her in the face in 1996, but the claim was dismissed after she admitted no physical contact occurred. Gene also accused Michael of infidelity, claiming he had a mistress. The financial stakes were enormous. The divorce was finalized in July 2006, with Gene awarded $15.3 million, representing 50% of their joint marital assets, and $18,000 per month in child support, as stipulated in a prenuptial agreement. After Michael retired from the NFL in 2008, child support was reduced to $13,000 per month due to his decreased income. Gene received primary custody of Sophia and Isabella, who resided with her in Wilmington, North Carolina, while Michael, living in New York City, was granted visitation rights. But the legal battles were far from over. The most dramatic chapter came in 2020, when their twins were 15 years old. In March 2020, Michael filed for primary custody in New York courts, alleging Gene engaged in a pattern of abusive conduct toward their daughters, including physical and emotional abuse. He claimed Gene failed to ensure the twins attended court-mandated therapy sessions and missed their recreational and educational commitments, such as sports and school activities. Gene denied the abuse allegations, asserting they were baseless. She countered by accusing Michael of failing to contribute to the twins' expenses, such as horseback riding lessons, and claimed he spent more on his dog than on their daughters. The custody dispute was resolved in December 2020, with Gene agreeing to Michael's terms, including relocating Sophia and Isabella from North Carolina to Manhattan to continue their schooling. In return, Michael dismissed his abuse claims with prejudice, meaning they could not be refiled. Till date, Michael and Gene maintain a shared custody arrangement with no further reported custody disputes. Like Joan, this next wife went through a rough divorce and legal battles. Pilar Sanders. Deion Sanders, born August 9, 1967, in Fort Myers, Florida, is a celebrated NFL Hall of Famer known for his versatility as a cornerback and return specialist. He played 14 seasons, winning 2 Super Bowls, and was inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 2011. Deion and Pilar married on May 21, 1999. After Deion's first marriage to Carolyn Chambers ended in 1998, they welcomed 3 children, Shiloh, Shadur, and Shalomi. Their marriage was highly visible, partly due to their reality show, Deion and Pilar, Primetime Love, which aired on Oxygen in 2008. Deion announced their split on Facebook in December 2011 and filed for divorce, citing irreconcilable differences. What followed was a divorce proceeding so contentious and dramatic that it became a media spectacle. The courtroom battles were filled with explosive allegations from both sides. Deion accused Pilar of infidelity, with reports suggesting she had an affair with a rapper. Pilar denied these claims, testifying in court that she felt betrayed by Deion's public accusations on Twitter to his hundreds of thousands of followers. But Pilar's allegations against Deion were even more shocking. She accused Deion of emotional and physical abuse, alleging he choked her during the filming of their reality show because she was funnier than him. She also claimed Deion threatened to destroy her since she filed for divorce. Pilar further described Deion as a bully with narcissistic personality disorder and requested a psychological evaluation. During the trial, Pilar accused Deion of using steroids, prompting him to walk out of the courtroom in frustration, muttering, "Oh God." The custody battle was particularly intense. In 2013, a jury unanimously awarded Deion full custody of all 3 children, with Pilar granted visitation rights and shared custody of Shalomi. When asked about the situation, Deion had this to say.
This ain't got nothing to do with the kids. It's all about money. That's it. Because you get the kids, now you get more child support. That's what it's all about.
In 2014, Pilar was held in contempt of court and jailed for 7 days for failing to return the children to Deion on time. Financial disputes added another layer of complexity. Pilar contested the validity of their prenuptial agreement, alleging it was partially forged and signed under pressure. However, a Collin County judge ruled the prenup valid on October 25, 2012, limiting Pilar's financial claims. The legal battles didn't end with the divorce. Deion sued Pilar for defamation over her abuse allegations, winning a $2.2 million judgment in 2022. Pilar appealed, maintaining she had not lied. As of 2024, Deion and Pilar avoided each other at their son Shiloh's football game, underscoring ongoing tensions. In 2024, they avoided each other at their son Shiloh's surgery for a football injury, indicating persistent acrimony. Their divorce represents one of the most bitter and public NFL breakups in history. While Pilar made accusations against her husband, this next wife exposed his true nature. Michelle Rodriguez. The divorce scandal between Ryan Shazier and Michelle Rodriguez represents a modern tale of how social media can expose infidelity and destroy marriages in the most public way possible. Ryan Shazier, born September 6, 1992, in Lauderdale Lakes, Florida, was a first-round draft pick by the Pittsburgh Steelers in 2014. A standout linebacker, he earned Pro Bowl selections in 2016 and 2017, but suffered a severe spinal contusion during a game against the Cincinnati Bengals on December 4, 2017, ending his NFL career. Michelle Rodriguez is a former basketball player at the University of Texas at Arlington, graduating in 2014 with a degree in sports and exercise science. She worked with special needs children and has been recognized for her role as a caregiver during Shazier's recovery from his career-ending injury. Shazier and Rodriguez began their relationship before his 2017 injury, married on May 3, 2019, and have 2 sons together. Their marriage was initially portrayed as a partnership of mutual support, particularly given Rodriguez's dedication during Shazier's rehabilitation after his devastating spinal injury. But on November 29, 2023, their seemingly supportive marriage exploded into scandal in the most modern way possible. Michelle Rodriguez posted a series of Instagram stories accusing Ryan Shazier of infidelity. She shared screenshots of alleged text messages between Shazier and a woman named Marie, described as a sports reporter and lawyer from Ohio. The messages reportedly showed Shazier flirting with Marie and sending links to books containing sexual content, which Rodriguez presented as evidence of his cheating. In her captions, she wrote, "A person that loves his family. This is what they do to their family. The wife that has been there for him since day one. Infidelity at its finest. I can't sit here and keep hiding anymore. You can have it. I deserve better. This is Ryan. He's a liar and a cheater." The post went viral immediately, drawing significant media attention from major outlets. Shazier addressed the accusations through a statement to TMZ Sports in November 2023, confirming that he and Rodriguez had been living apart and were separated. He stated, "Michelle and I have been living apart and are currently separated. As we work through what comes next for our family, I ask for privacy and prayers." The situation escalated quickly. On January 12, 2024, Shazier officially filed for divorce from Rodriguez, less than 2 months after Rodriguez's public accusations. Court documents were sealed, preventing public access to details about custody arrangements for their 2 sons or financial settlements. Like Michelle, this next wife did a big social media reveal. Racine Lewin. Delanie Walker, born August 12, 1984 in San Bernardino, California, is a former NFL tight end who played 14 seasons, primarily with the San Francisco 49 ERs 2006-2012 and Tennessee Titans 2013-2020, earning 3 Pro Bowl selections. Racine Lewin was Walker's fiancée and later girlfriend, with their relationship spanning approximately 10 years by 2015. She was a mother to their previous child, a baby boy who passed away in 2010, and was pregnant with their daughter when the 2015 scandal arose. On Valentine's Day 2015, Racine Lewin hacked into Delanie Walker's Instagram account and posted a series of messages accusing him of cheating, revealing that she was 4 months pregnant with their child. Lewin claimed that Walker had a habit of breaking up with her every February because he had no self-control in the off-season and felt she no longer looked good enough for his image while not playing football. What made Lewin's pain even more profound was their tragic history together. She acknowledged staying for 10 years was her choice, influenced by the death of their baby boy in 2010 and Walker's promises of another baby, gifts, family, and marriage, but felt manipulated and broken. While Racine Lewis took to social media, this next wife tried to save her marriage but failed. Kendra Wilkinson. Henry Randall Baskett III, born September 4, 1982, in Clovis, New Mexico, is a former NFL wide receiver who played for the Philadelphia Eagles from 2006-2009, Indianapolis Colts in 2010, and Minnesota Vikings from 2010-2011, appearing in 77 games with 77 receptions for 1,098 yards and 6 touchdowns. Kendra Lee Wilkinson, born June 12, 1985, in San Diego, California, is a former Playboy model and reality TV star who gained fame as one one of Hugh Hefner's girlfriends on The Girls Next Door, 2005-2009. They met in 2008 at a Playboy golf event and married on June 27, 2009, at the Playboy Mansion in Los Angeles, California. Their relationship was documented extensively on reality TV, showcasing both their personal milestones and the challenges that would eventually tear them apart. The scandal that would define their relationship occurred in April 2014, while Kendra was 8 months pregnant with their second child, Elijah. Hank Baskett was involved in a scandal with a transgender model named Ava Sabrina London. Baskett claimed the incident began when he encountered a couple smoking marijuana in a grocery store parking lot in California. He approached them to purchase pot, and they provided a phone number and an address. Upon arriving at the address, Baskett used the restroom and emerged to find a nude transgender woman, London, making out with another person. He alleged that London fondled him, but he did not engage further, feeling humiliated and frozen in the moment. Baskett admitted to people in 2015, "I messed up. I put myself in a bad situation, and everything through me brought pain upon this family." He denied allegations of mutual masturbation and claimed he offered to pay London to keep the incident quiet, fearing public exposure. The scandal broke in 2014, causing a national media frenzy due to the sensational nature of the allegations and Wilkinson's high-profile status. Tabloids reported Baskett's encounter as an affair, with National Enquirer publishing an interview with London who detailed the incident. Wilkinson was devastated by the news and broke down in tears in a video where she discussed the tragic end of her marriage.
10 years. I did everything I could. It wasn't good enough. I believed him forever. I really did. Guess it's just not meant to be. I'm so scared, but I have to get strong. For my kids, I will.
In the aftermath of the affair, she kicked Baskett out of their home, flushed their wedding rings down the toilet, and threatened to divorce him just 5 weeks after Eliah's birth on May 16, 2014. Following the scandal, Baskett and Wilkinson underwent months of therapy to address their marital issues. They appeared on WETV's Marriage Boot Camp, Reality Stars, in 2015 to work on rebuilding trust, with Baskett openly discussing the affair and its impact. Despite their efforts, the damage proved irreparable. On April 6, 2018, Wilkinson announced their split via an emotional Instagram post. She filed for divorce the same day in Los Angeles County, citing irreconcilable differences. The divorce was finalized in February 2019, concluding their nearly decade-long marriage. Both parties agreed to co-parent their children, maintaining a cooperative relationship. While Wilkinson eventually walked away from her marriage, this next NFL wife is showing the world what lasting love really looks like. Jesse James Decker. Jessica Rose. James Decker was born on April 12, 1988, and began singing at age 2, winning her first talent contest at 9 in Baker, Louisiana, singing "I Want to Be a Cowboy Sweetheart." At age 15, after being rejected by most country labels in Nashville, Jessie began working with Carla Wallace of Big Yellow Dog Music. One of her songs attracted Mercury Records, offering her a recording contract. Her debut album, Jesse James, was released in 2009, featuring the top 25 pop hit "Wanted," which she co-wrote, establishing her as a legitimate country pop artist before she ever met Eric Decker. Eric Decker, meanwhile, was building his own success story in the NFL. Born March 15, 1987 in Cold Spring, Minnesota, he played college football at the University of Minnesota before being drafted by the Denver Broncos in the 3rd round of the 2010 NFL Draft. He played wide receiver for 10 seasons, winning Super Bowl 50 with the Broncos in 2016, and also played for the Jets and Titans, retiring in 2018. Jesse married Eric Decker on June 22, 2013 in Colorado, after dating since 2011. Their wedding represented the union of two successful young people at the peaks of their respective careers. Unlike many NFL marriages where one partner sacrifices their career for the others, Jesse and Eric both maintained their professional ambitions while building a family together. What set Jesse apart from many NFL wives was her refusal to be defined solely by her husband's career. She released an EP, Coming Home, on April 18, 2014 through iTunes, followed by Gold, a 5-track EP on Epic in 2017. Her second studio album, Southern Girl City Lights, reached #1 on Billboard's Top Country Albums chart. Television provided another platform for their relationship to flourish publicly. In 2013, Jesse starred with Eric in the E-reality show Eric and Jesse Game On, which ran for 3 seasons, ending its initial run in April 2014, but returning in September 2017 for 20 episodes total. Unlike many reality shows that exploit relationship drama for ratings, their show highlighted their genuine partnership and mutual support, offering viewers a positive example of how NFL marriages can actually work. Jessie's entrepreneurial success further distinguished her from the typical NFL wife stereotype. She launched her clothing line, Kittenish, online, with physical locations opening in Nashville, Tennessee, and near Destin, Florida. She has also authored cookbooks such as Just Feed Me and children's books, expanding her brand beyond music and television. Her continued relevance in entertainment was demonstrated by her participation in competitive reality television. On September 8, 2022, Jessie was announced as a contestant on season 31 of Dancing with the Stars, partnered with Alan Burstyn, finishing in 10th place. Recent developments in their marriage have focused on family growth and personal milestones rather than scandals or controversies. On February 9, 2024, Jessie and Eric welcomed their fourth child, Denver Calloway Decker, weighing 8 pounds, 7 ounces. The announcement, shared on Instagram, highlighted Eric's fondness for their new son. The challenges they have faced have been remarkably normal compared to the explosive scandals that have destroyed other NFL marriages. In an exclusive interview with E! News on April 25, 2025, Jessie discussed Eric's vasectomy after Denver's birth, expressing nervousness due to rare cases of pregnancies post-procedure. She stated, "I'm always very nervous because I have learned throughout my life that I'm always that 1% of this could happen," citing Eric's NFL buddies' experiences. This concern about medical procedures represents the kind of ordinary marital concern that most couples face, a refreshing contrast to allegations of domestic violence, infidelity, or financial fraud. Their playful relationship continues to generate positive media attention rather than scandal coverage. On October 28, 2024, Jessie and Eric recreated a viral dance challenge from Dancing with the Stars, involving a lift performed by contestant Danny Amendola and Whitney Carson despite warnings for home attempts. Jessie shared the reel on Instagram, showcasing their playful side. This lighthearted content demonstrates how their relationship has remained fun and spontaneous even after more than a decade of marriage and 4 children. Jessie's social media presence reflects the healthy boundaries they've established around their private life. She is active on social media with over 4.1 million followers on Instagram, 1.4 million on Facebook, 552,000 on Twitter, and 245,000 subscribers on YouTube. Unlike many NFL wives who use social media to air grievances or expose scandals, Jessie uses her platforms to share family updates, fashion tips, and lifestyle content, maintaining a positive online presence that supports rather than undermines her marriage. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed watching this video, click on one of the boxes playing on your screen to watch more similar content.